You just saw what started as a peaceful protest turned into a chaotic scene at the Eugene Federal Building last night. Our team was on scene and reports that announcements were made to protesters as things escalated. Take a listen.
Physical damage to federal property, assaulting federal officers, and targeting officers with projectiles or dangerous objects. You are ordered to depart the area immediately.
Protesters had been gathering at Eugene's Federal Building for months now, most being peaceful protests, which last night's was intended to be as well, with plans to remember Alex Pretti, the ICU nurse who was killed by federal agents over the weekend in Minneapolis. Now, the videos you've seen so far well into the night. However, this all began Tuesday afternoon. Federal agents and protesters clashed outside. This is viewer video sent to us earlier in the day, all starting around 1 p.m. when agents exited the building and detained a protester. As you can hear from that video, pepper balls being deployed and other chemical irritants being used on those protesters earlier in the day. We do know at least 3 people were detained during the protests. This video of one of those detainments that happened after the initial clash. We managed to speak with one of the people detained after they were released by federal agents. Here's what they had to say.
Shortly after I got here, over a dozen DHS, FPS officers and other DHS and federal personnel came out of the building, told me I was under arrest, and they grabbed me, put me in handcuffs, and then they dragged me into the building with probably 4 of them carrying me from different limbs. And then once I was inside the building, they put me on the ground and they were sitting on my legs and kind of hyperextending my ankles. And they really scuffed and bruised up my body.
We have reached out to DHS for comment on this incident, including why people were detained by federal agents. As of this morning, we've yet to receive a response. We do now want to show you a live look with our live shot buddy who's currently at the federal building. LSB, actually at the scene you see in the box to your left as well. While it may seem calm now, that wasn't the case yesterday. Well, things have cleared up. As you can see on the right, a candlelight vigil still sitting at the steps of the federal building. Despite the on and off chaos, there was a moment of peace that was originally planned for. Here's more from that vigil.
And he did not have to die a tragic death for us to know his gentle heroism.
Again, things did calm down for a short period of time as the Oregon Nurses Association held a vigil around 5 yesterday evening in front of the federal building to honor Alex Pretti, who was fatally shot by ICE agents over the weekend in Minnesota. Picture Pretti, who was an ICU nurse for a VA clinic, was on the steps of the federal courthouse with dozens of flickering candles. The nurses and other community members shared their grief and heartache over his tragic death. Eugene Mayor Karin Knutson also sharing some words of encouragement.
When I think about the work that nurses do every day, the care, the compassion, the expertise, the way in which they work in community to support people that they do not know, that's the model. That's the model for us to follow. It's the model that Alex provided with his life. It's what we can all do.
The mayor also encouraging everyone to work to create a future that we are proud of so that we can look back on this dramatic history and realize we're all part of building something better.